Wines and Spirits review. Today reviewing the Pinter, and it's the guest list. What's good enough for the back of it, I'm sure. So, just poured some out. It's it's a tad on the frothy side. So, this is the guest list. I've just poured some out. So, it says ABV once brewed 4.8%, so the head's a bit big. It always does tend to be like this initially, and then it sorts itself out. So it says here, if your name's not down, a medium-bodied, bready and malty lager. Smooth, ruby in colour, it is ruby-ish, with a very subtle hop finish. You can't get this anywhere else. 6 days brewing time, 4 days conditioning. Good evening, Darren. So yeah, that's what it is. I'm not sure, and that's what it's supposed to look like. So it's not far off, to be fair. Good evening, Thomas. So the weird thing is, on my YouTube, it's saying there's nobody on. It's weird, isn't it? This YouTube these days, it's proper strange. So it's a lager. I didn't know this was a lager, so I've got two of these because I got sent two. So when somebody clicks the link and uses the name, so say you're watching this today and you like the sound of the Pinter. If you put in my name, if you buy the Pinter and put in my name Billy and Wragg, WRAGG, you get a tenner off, which is good. And then I get sent, at the moment, it's a voucher. It's not a voucher, it's a code for a tenner off myself. So I have to get a kit and get a tenner off the kit. So let's check out the nose. Quite a nice hoppy nose on it, to be fair. It's different. It's certainly different. As lagers go, it's certainly different to any lager I've had. Don't get lagers with that sort of head usually. It's like a black lager. Very different indeed. Good evening, Kevin. So yeah, quite nice tasting, to be fair. I've already poured a couple of glasses out, and it's all looking the same now. The head's starting to recede on all the glasses. It is what it is with these pinters. I think you've got to be. It should have come out of the fridge, so it's not been in the fridge. It's been sat in the kitchen. It's been in the fridge for a day to condition, and then it's been sat in the kitchen. So I think I needed to put it in the fridge. Oh, is it now? Ah, I did see Toffee Ale in there today. I went in to get this cherry lager and those new beers, and there was only one newish beer in Aldi, and it was something in a big 750ml bottle, and I've got it in the house. That cost me £3. Went to Tesco's. That cost me 32 quid in Tesco's for new beers. Ouch. To be fair, £3 was on two Brewdog beers that have been reduced because the range reviews finished. Put down then. So yeah, 4.8%. And that's not bad at all, really. I mean, say it's a free kit that you get from the Pinter people. Whether you still get it now, I'm not sure, because they may have changed it now. I know you don't get it anymore when you recommend somebody and they use your code or your name to recommend, to be recommended. I'm umming and ahhing to get to sign back up for the monthly subscription and get you get another pinter, another co-pinter, so I can have 2 pinters going at the same time. Now that'd be interesting. And not only that, it'd be interesting to put an imperial stout in one and just let it age. So yeah, so I'll pour this into this glass. Here we go. And yeah, it's a lager. It's very different to any lager I've ever had before. The colour though looks like more like a black lager. Quite a nice fruity hoppy nose on it. I don't know why it's making gurgling noises at the back. High density hop charge, is that what it stands for? Right. It's getting on my nerves, making noises at the back. Not to the pint, and no, I've not added any sugar. I've not played around with any of them pinters. No, I've still got. I think I've got 3 kits in the fridge still. It's balmy the amount of the kits these blooming how many I've got. Yeah, it's 3 kits, and I'm thinking to myself, do I go for it and get the extra co-pinter? Because then you can do a brew. I mean, you can basically continuously brew. Yeah. I mean, especially if I keep getting like free £10 off, if someone buys it and using your recommendation, then it's an interesting thing. So yeah, Tesco, lots of new beers in Tesco. I mean, I paid 32 quid in total. What was that again? Sorry, just missed that. So you've already made the juice wine, have you? It's like a nice craft lager in some ways. It's very different, very different. So you've already made it. Bottle it up, yeah, basically. Yeah, just bottle it up and let it mature a bit. What juice wine have you made, out of curiosity? So yeah, like I say, I'd say that's classed as a lager, and that's what it says on there. It's a lager. Guestlist. Yeah, there was 2 at Tesco's that I paid a £5 for. One was a Vocation Brewery Triple IPA, which was 10%. The other was a Vocation Imperial Banana, which is 11.4% orange juice wine. Oh, fair play. Yeah, I would bottle it and let it mature a little bit and see what you like. What juice did you use? From what store? And did you use the same juice? I've had a brew with Sainsbury's juice, tasted amazing. Then I did a mixed brew with Sainsbury's, with Aldi, and I think it was Asda, and it didn't taste as good. Mixing different, I mean, generally it should taste just like orange, but obviously alcoholic. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it should be drinkable pretty much as soon as it's fermented. And obviously, I never had stabilizer to stop it, because if it hasn't fermented the sugars out, by not adding stabilizer, if it hasn't fermented those sugars out, it will eventually, because there's always a little bit of yeast left in. Good evening, Mr. Shark Home Brewing. How are we? And but yeah, orange juice wine, that stuff is, if it's brewed properly, it can be very strong. Yeah, especially using decent orange juice. It's some good stuff. Yeah, puts hairs on your chest. Ooh. Bit like this, really. Different. 4.8% lager with a massive head on it that you'd think was a pale ale. It may be down to the pumpkin spiced ale. Oh, I love pumpkin spice. Are you actually making it with real pumpkins then, or are you using a syrup? I've always fancied doing a pumpkin spiced beer. I've actually got pumpkins at work, funnily enough, that I've grown myself at work. Got a load of them and all. It'd be interesting to chop them up and use them in a pumpkin beer. I suppose you're doing grain brewing rather than... Yeah, let us know, Kevin. Yeah, 20 years ago, I can remember that as plain as yesterday. I was... rightio. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, in the UK we have a pumpkin spice syrup, and I've used that before. In fact, I've used it in one of my Imperials, Imperial Mild. It's an Imperial pumpkin spiced mild. Yeah, so I added the syrup after secondary fermentation, and no, after the first fermentation rather, just before it went into the bottle. Yeah. Although I reckon it's fermented out. I reckon the sugars have been fermented out. Can't remember tasting any. I'll have to do a re-review of all my own brews and see how they've all aged, because it's been a while now. It's been a good couple of months, and they should have all got some nice character to them now. Yeah, must do that. Yeah, 20 years ago, you know, 9/11. God, I can... Yeah, they are nice spices though, aren't they? Oh, I love pumpkin spice. I do. Bailey's did a pumpkin spiced Irish cream liqueur, and that was amazing. That was so easy to drink, and this didn't do it last year. I reckon it's COVID, obviously the excuse of COVID. It's amazing how COVID was just about excuses rather than actual, you know, other factors at times. I mean, now in the UK, it's down to blooming no lorry drivers, funnily enough. Yeah, I mean, 20 years ago, wow. I was sat upstairs on the computer doing some work. The wife was at work. I was at home that day. And then all of a sudden it came on, and it's like, Jesus. And the shock of what happened. And the fact that the towers tumbled to the floor, you know, for terrorists, that was their moment, wasn't it? You know, if they'd have hit the towers and caused some damage, that would have been one thing. But for the towers to just... Surely, you know, they didn't plan to... I mean, they planned, obviously, to do what they did. But surely they couldn't have envisaged that both the towers were going to basically melt and give way, and just both towers come down. Yeah, strange. Yeah. And then obviously America went into Afghanistan, and now the Taliban have got Afghanistan back. It's a strange, you know, a strange set of circumstances all round, really. So as lagers go, this is the most different lager I've ever tasted. Medium-bodied, bready, and malty lager. It certainly is a malty lager. Smooth, certainly smooth, ruby in colour. Yeah, you could call it ruby, depends on your camera angle. With a very subtle hop finish. You certainly get the hop on the nose. The finish though, that's something different. Right, I'll pour another. See how it's cooking there. No, still frothy. I think I needed to turn the thing off on the back. So there's a dial on the back that you turn from carbonated to non-carbonated and to off. And obviously, I think I should have turned it back to off. But for some strange reason, it was spewing out the back, which is a bit weird. So let me turn it back to off. Wow, some build-up of gas in that little chamber. Yeah, the home brew barley wine. I will do a re-reviews. Are you a Cardiff fan then? It's Cardiff Bluebirds. No, I think it's Forest versus Cardiff tomorrow. Nottingham Forest, obviously. And I can't see Forest having a manager. Rightio. Yeah, I can't see Forest having a manager soon if he doesn't do something with his squad. I do wonder if it's bad tactics, players not playing. I don't know. It just seems to be one year after another of Nottingham Forest. We do seem to just keep going from one load of rubbish to another. And we need a manager that works for Forest. And I'm sure that, you know, with all football clubs out there, there's a certain person who's perfect for that football club. Brian Clough was perfect for Nottingham Forest. You know, he got the best out of our players. And since then, Frank Clark did well, but that was actually Clough's team. Cloughy was just steaming on the last year, bless him. And yeah, he was drunk all the time. Yeah, got involved in that. You know, got a hobby. But then when we went down, we bounced back up with Frank Clark. And I think we bought Collymore and Brian Roy. We got to third in the league. So, you know, buying the right players at the right time is so critical with any football team. And sadly, you know, at the moment, I don't know. Give me £5,000 a week to run round a pitch. Even at 50, I'd run round the pitch like a nutter. And, you know, some of these players, they just don't seem to put the heart into it, or they're not thinking outside the box. I mean, look at Cristiano Ronaldo. He's at Man U now. And I'll bet you he's the player of the year. By the end of the season, Man U will have won the championship and he'll be the player of the year because he is such a good player. And he will lift that team. And with having Bruno Fernandes there as well, someone supplying the balls to him, and he's still fit. Look at his age. He's still an absolute juggernaut, you know. Usually at 37, most players have retired. But I can see both Messi and Ronaldo going on for a few years. In fact, even up till the 40. Because Messi can go into a midfield role and control midfield. Same with Ronaldo. Ronaldo can do the same. He can control the midfield instead of doing the you know, or just be a target man in the box. And not need to use his speed. Anyway, so it's died down a bit now, and interesting to see where the Pinter is going as a platform. They've released quite a lot of nice beers. Yeah, good evening, Luke. I need to pick out some nice German beers. Yeah, I mean, we're lucky that this generation of fans get to see the likes of Messi and Ronaldo. Would I have liked to see them both in the English League? Yeah. I'd like to see them both in the Premier League. When Messi in the Premier League will be a test. And Paris Saint-Germain, it's not a test for him. I don't think it's a test. He needed a test. Ronaldo coming back to Man U after being at his age, you know, fair play there. If he turns Man U back into champions, then you can say that it's job done. Good evening, Thomas. But also, I mean, yeah, at some stage, we'll see the next, hopefully the next Ronaldo and that. What was that? Yes, so it's already at the brewery. I do know that. The boss is on holiday. So the bloke in charge is on holiday. The people at the brewery can't, they can't put it up as a price because they don't know how much it's going to be. The strong beers today. I may do the Imperial Banana later, yeah, as a bedtime beer. Yeah, a late review, not a live review, but just a late review. Yeah, nice bedtime beer that is. 10%. No, 11.4, isn't it? So yeah, back to the Wraggys. It will be on the website on Monday. I'm going down Monday. I know the boss is back on Monday, the boss of Lincoln Green. So I'm going down Monday to buy it. I was going to buy 5 cases, but I'm only going to buy 4 now. I don't need 5 cases of one particular beer. 1 case is probably enough, but I'm buying a few extra for friends and family, and visitors to the tap room, to Wraggy's beer room. But I presume it's going to be £30 a case. But really, most people want a mixed case. I'd want a mixed case if it wasn't actually my flipping beer. So yeah, 12 bottles, 30 quid. I presume that's the price. Yeah, £2.50 a bottle. Yeah, round about that price. Because it's not a core beer. If it was a core beer, it might be cheaper. But their standard pricing is, I think, 12 beers, 30 quid. So that's not too bad a price. Especially if they do some. I did say about doing mixed boxes, and I think if you, for those people interested, if they message them and say, look, I know what you've got on the website, but I'd like a mixed box, one of each of these particular beers, maybe a couple of, choose your 12 that you want. I reckon they'd be all right. They'd go with that. I mean, for the majority of people, they'll just order what they order. I mean, I just can't wait to drink it. And I'm getting ever so closer to 2,000 subscribers. So when that moment happens, I'm about 34 away now. So maybe in a couple of weeks' time, maybe longer, you never know, because the YouTube is so funny at times. Sometimes I've stayed on the same number for about 3 weeks, and it's like, and gone down as well. And it's all the fake accounts out there, which is the problem. You get fake accounts subscribing to you. Your numbers go up and then they go down. And Thomas, Window Beer Thomas, he'll know about that because he told me that he went up by 50 in a day, and then he went down the same amount, and it was all fake accounts, and which is a bit sad because you look and you think, oh, the channel, it's growing, and then all of a sudden it's like, Jesus Christ, I've gone down by that much. What's going off? And yeah, it's slightly worrying in that respect, but it is what it is, isn't it, with channels, I'm in the winter months, I'm definitely going to carry on the old advent calendars. I'd love an Imperial Stout called Wraggy Avenue. Yeah. And the people I'd love to do that with is Bang the Elephant, Emperor's Brewery, and me, a collab. Oh, could you imagine? Jesus, that would be stunning. One of the UK's best up-and-coming craft breweries, i.e. Bang the Elephant, the world's top-rated brewer, Emperor's Brewery, and a little old Nottingham beer reviewer. Yeah, that'd be cracking. Will it happen? Don't know, doubt it. But you never know. Yeah. Wraggy One Kenobi. Yeah, that'd be something, wouldn't it? Wraggy's Avenue sounds better though. Yeah. Darth Wraggy's Avenue. I used to have an email address, Darth Wraggy. Yeah. Yeah. Oh God, it'd be something that would be. Hey. Bang the Elephant, they make some fantastic beers, mate. Their website is good. And that glass, where's that chuffing glass? So the glass is £7 for that glass. And that's a cracking glass. That's Bang the Elephant, obviously. So, yeah, love the glass. I also love the Brewdog glass as well. And Brewdog Nottingham have said they'll give me a glass. So I need to make sure I bring my tweets up. And when I go down to the brewery, to Brewdog Nottingham and say, you know that glass you promised me? Do you remember? And then show them the tweet and say, look, you've said it there. Because the glass that they serve their Imperials in is amazing. Not cheap, but amazing Imperials. And the glass, oh God, the glass is divine. It would certainly take one of the premier spots on the beer wall. Yeah, I mean, I know Lincoln Green are on about doing, venturing into Imperials as well. So I don't care who makes it, you know, to have a Wraggy Avenue commercial beer would be amazing. It would, especially a butterscotch Imperial or a ginger Imperial. Oh. Hey, we can all dream, can't we? Then again, 14 months ago, when I left that other job, who'd have thought 14 months on, I've been near 2,000. 14 months ago, I was like 600 subscribers, or 700 probably by then. I don't know if you can have a look back and see how many subscribers you've made. A red card, yeah. Plenty of them buggers. Yeah, I'm trying to be good these days. I'm skirting the red cards these days. I'm being watched from the sidelines ever so slightly. I'm being watched when I go up the house steaming. That's when I'm being watched. Yeah, red card. Yeah. That's a 20% Imperial Stout. Yeah, red card. Wraggy's red card. Yeah, I'll be laughing on it. Absolutely laugh. I've got enough beers around me that are red card material. You know, I've got all these own brews that I brewed, and every one of them is red card. You know, they're all super strong, especially the Imperial Honey Porter and the Imperial Rum Chocolate Stout. Both of them are absolute red card beers. They're both, well, I think they were both about 11 or 12%. And then I added the litre of rum, spice rum, and in the other one, the litre of honey bourbon. So, yeah, strong beers. Definitely. Little Wraggy's gone back up the arse, nosy little bugger. Yeah, out the way. Yeah, don't want him in the back, you know, in the background. So, Robin Hood Beer Festival, it's coming ever so quick now. Looking forward to that. I was kind of hoping that the Wraggys Golden Ale would be on cask there, because if it is, and this is a question I need to ask on Monday, is there a chance that it's going to be on cask at the beer festival? That would be stunning, to be there with a load of lads that come up, everyone drinking the Wraggys Golden Ale, and then get a photograph. Now that'd be absolutely sound. Will it happen? Probably not. And then you've got the Hopzine beer as well, Neon Raptor. They've done that beer, a new one on me, with his picture on the front. And again, it's nice to see beer reviewers being honoured. You know, it's kind of cool. I wish they'd send me some free beers like they did him, but hey, you know, they do chuck out some beers, Neon Raptor do. Bloody hell, it's like a new beer every week, a couple of new beers every week. I mean, that takes some doing, that does. Do you I kind of think sometimes that's overkill. I mean, new beers is always good, definitely. Couple of beers a month, yeah, 2 or 3 beers a month. Do they? Mm. I can imagine taking making a barrel of Wraggys Imperial Stout and take it to a beer festival. That'd be something. Yeah, you never know. One day, free Imperial. Help yourself. You can have. It'd be gone within about 10 minutes. Loads of pissed up people drinking Imperial Stouts. Yeah, yeah. It wouldn't go down well, would it, with other breweries? Yeah. People drinking 2 or 3 pints of Imperial Stout and then I can't drink anymore, I'm going home. Yeah, it wouldn't be a good idea, I suppose. So, say this is a lager. It's different. Guestlist. Pinter. Really nice, actually. As lagers go, it's not bad, you know. And again, homebrew, you're brewing it yourself, the Pinter. And they've done well in a year. In a year, they've kind of brought a lot of people into the world of homebrewing. And I do intend to brew an Imperial Stout in one of these just to see if it can cope with that level of ABV, or actually secondary. No, probably better off secondary ferment in there, not actually brew it in there, because it'll probably blow the bloody lid off it. Yeah, I don't think it'd be able to manage it. It'd blow a valve or something. It'd be too strong. I suppose there's a limit on how much they can brew, how far they can go with ABV for the system. Yeah, because the gases released by Imperials, I mean, it does make you wonder how they do it at times. It's a strange one. So, and again, malty. If I was going to compare it to anything, it would be like a weak version of Peroni's Doppio Malto. It's got a good taste, good malty taste. There's like a sweet hoppy nose, but the sweetness in the hoppy, yeah, that sweetness in the nose doesn't translate to the taste. It's I mean, say I got it for free as well. All good. So we'll see if it's calmed down a bit there. Yeah. Might have calmed down a bit too much. Thought I've lost half of it out of the bloody fermenter. So when it decides to fill the glass up, I'll let you see it. And this is now how you would expect it to be when it fills the glass, mind you. Yep. Oh my God, it's as slow as they come. Jesus, paint drying. I probably let a bit too much of the. There you go. Now that looks bang on. Obviously, like a dark ruby colour, not quite black. Bit of a white head on there. And say it's a lager, shouldn't be having white heads if it's a lager, but you know, it is what it is. And again, you know, it's brewed, it looks good. $75 years old, homebrew. Kit or homebrew? Oh, 75 years old kit. That's a lot of years old, that is. Now the taste is more malty. And again, I can't fault it, you know, for what it is. As a homebrew goes, it doesn't taste homebrewy. For those who did homebrew kits back in the day, a lot of the older kits, got a certain taste to it, and you know it's homebrew, and it's not comparable to a commercial lager or beer. This is comparable to a commercial product. It looks good, certainly tastes good. Oh God, I'm getting a wallop on the ABV, and oh, it's only 4.8%, and I've only had like 2.5 glasses. But by heck, getting a wallop in. Can't be going red cards. So, I'm interested to see where these go, these pinters. They obviously do ciders. They're going across the spectrum of beers, and it's great because there are some really nice styles out there. Yeah, I mean, say it's a lager. It's not very lager-ish in the way it is, but the taste is top notch. Yeah. Yes, you only get 10 pints. That is the thing with these, you know. It's only 10 pints per. So you're paying £1.20, but you are brewing it yourself. You're getting the experience of brewing it yourself. The brewing process, as long as you keep everything nice and clean and sterilised well, the brewing process is absolutely as easy as they come. Taking the dock off, got to be careful with getting spillage and giving it a good clean. But look at the finished product. You know, that's not bad, that isn't, for a homebrew. The first glass that you're actually supposed to chuck away, I've got it here just to show you. So the first glass, that's a tad murky. But now you look at it, and the first glass you are supposed to chuck. It's up to you if you do chuck, you can always keep it and neck it. We all do what we do, don't we? You know, it's as simple as that. But yeah, the range of styles. So would I buy now? This is probably the 4th different pint fresh press, or that's what they call it in it, beer kit, that I've done now, and yeah, I've been impressed with all of them. The quality of the beer is what it is. You know, it's for people who aren't home brewers, who want something nice they can blot out. That's pretty damn decent for what it is. You can't fault it. That taste, that malty taste. God, I can hear my voice going. Malty taste. There is a slight breadiness to it, but you know, it's very subtle. But for a lager, chuff me. It's a decent lager, that is. Although I'd have said it was a pale ale rather than lager. But hey, who am I to question the styles? You know, it is what it is. If they say it's a lager, who am I to argue? You know, they know what they're doing. I'm only drinking the stuff. So, ruby pour, whitehead, like I say, a sweet, malty, and a hoppy nose. But the taste, it reminds me of a lesser version of Doppio Malta, which is a cracking lager, by no means. Whoa, can't be drinking too much of that. I'll be right back. 4.8% Guestlist. So, would I drink it again? Well, yeah, because one, I've got at least another 8 pints in here to drink, so I will be drinking it again, no doubt. Would I brew it again? Yes, because I've got another one in the fridge. But yeah, in seriousness, would I do it again? Yeah, that was really nice. And for a lager, it's the most different lager I've ever tasted. It's more like a bridge between lagers, craft lagers, and pale ales, rather than being a pure lager. Out of 5 for me, against other homebrew, you've got to class it really high because it is exceptional. A good 4.65. Yeah, absolutely. All day long. Guestlist. Right. Got to run up the house, cook some dinner for me and the wife. And IPL, yeah. Maybe. India Pale Lager. Yeah, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Six percent. There are some amazing kits out there now. You know, homebrew, like craft beers, has come on loads. There are some cracking kits. Certainly worth trying. Right, gotta run. Gotta cook dinner. Try not to look too drunk. And I'll have a beer with you later, but not live. No. I did the Guinness earlier and I didn't mean to be live with the Guinness and it ended up being live. It took me by surprise and I'm like, there's somebody on. See you later. Cheers. 6 o'clock tomorrow. Cheers.